Hello, this is Sunday, November 1st, 2020. I'm coming to you from present day slash future if you're happening to watch this video in real time. As many of you maybe who have been watching along for the last little while know, I have pre-recorded these videos and am now releasing them, and they're approximately a month behind. You'll see that I will be releasing them in chunks, so hopefully at some point they will catch up. But I really wanted to make this video because as these videos have been released, I have been so incredibly grateful for the many people who have been supporting me and who have come into my life as a result of these videos. And I am just, I'm just speechless. I don't even know. There's probably going to be some videos later on that you'll see when I'm about to release these videos where I'm like, like, why am I even doing this? Like, why is anyone even going to care? So the fact that some friends that I have known for some time, maybe even from a distance, but now like new friends too, who have just been so incredibly supportive and caring and loving, as I've been trying to talk about how important that is through this particular journey of mine. And before I get started, I am in my full Snoopy regalia. This is Macy Snoopy. This is my 50s Snoopy's strip shirt. This is my 50s Snoopy's mug, and I am fully here with the Snoopies today because I just want to first of all say to Denise, who had mentioned in one of my comments how much Peanuts has meant to her mom and Snoopy to her best friend, and just want to let you know I'm not joking around with my Snoopy stuff. The comments and the support that I have been receiving as a result, I feel like, of me sharing my journey and story here, even in such a short period of time, I feel it all, and I just wanted everybody to know and not wait another month before those videos are released. The big part of it is, so let me give you a quick update on where I am. So I have started treatment and I'm actually on so the first round of treatment, and it's been an experience, and I'm just finished up my first round, and there are a number of things that I have questions about, certain challenges that I've had, and I'll be talking about all of that in the upcoming videos. The one thing, for those of you who are watching, I was just really curious about, if you have any insights about this, I would actually be very grateful, which is that the treatment that I am receiving at Princess Margaret Hospital, which is excellent, and the team there have all been really wonderful and caring and present with me. I have a lot of questions that I ask, and they've answered them, and sometimes not entirely to my satisfaction. And this is actually what I wanted to ask, in case there's people out there who might have some insights about this. So Princess Margaret Hospital does not it's not an integrated program, which means that they are purely medical, purely Western medical. And so there aren't any kind of insights into like adjunct or like just integrative ways of taking care, I guess. So, some questions that I had around, like, are there any, additional supplements that I could be taking that can help support my immune system? Are there, like specific activities that I could be doing that could be helping in certain ways? Like I get like yoga and exercise and stay active. Like I've gotten those kinds of things, but nothing specific. And I know like some folks who go through treatment do acupuncture and perhaps other things. I have no idea about how different modalities can work together to support health, especially at this time, and specifically my immune system, and being able to minimize like certain side effects and things like that. I'm just curious to know, and I realize that different chemotherapies have their own different set of side effects and what may counteract with those chemotherapies and that kind of thing. So I'm not necessarily looking for like supplemental advice necessarily, but I am curious to know if there are folks who have a resource of, and it might not necessarily be right for me, but I'm just curious because since the hospital doesn't provide it, I don't know who may be a good resource, who, I don't know. So I'm just looking to see if anybody may have some insights about that. And if you do, I would very much appreciate it. Again, it might not necessarily be a fit for me, but it could, there could be other people who come and maybe see the resources or ideas that are maybe gathered here that can help others as well. So, I welcome any, again, like insights, wisdom, thoughts about that. Again, like I think we all have our own sort of ways of gathering our resources and needs to get through this particular journey or to work ourselves through this particular journey. So, might not be everything that fits for everybody, but there's something about wanting to better understand that there are other things I think that can help support me through this journey, apart from just the straight up Western medical. And it's not about rejecting treatment, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not there are ways to be able to strengthen the treatment to give myself the best chances possible. So that's something I just thought I'd pop in to mention. But more than anything else, I just wanted to thank everybody so far who has. It's just I'm in disbelief. I'm in complete disbelief at just the support and just the care that I have been feeling from so many different people, from so many different ways. Some publicly through the comments, but also privately as well. And just the acts of just loving kindness that I've been receiving. So the reason why I decided actually to record this video today is because I wanted to talk about how this channel and what I have been posting has had a direct impact on my evening, October 31st, 2020, which is Halloween, and the night of the blue moon. So as I was starting my chemo treatment earlier this week, it's Thursday, I had incredible support through text, because unfortunately, because of stupid COVID, most people are not allowed to have a person to support them through this journey. And, I can go on a complete rant about how that's awful and how, there are people. Anyway, I won't even get into that. But the numbers here in Ontario, Canada, they are pretty high at the moment, and there are more and more restrictions that are getting put into place, especially in medical facilities, in medical settings. And I don't have a real need, quote unquote, to have somebody there with me. The folks who do have support are folks who are maybe older, who need more assistance, who have maybe some language barriers, and I'm sure some other special accommodations. But for me, it's something where I, go without a buddy. So I had buddies who were texting me and who were connected with me before, throughout, after, which again has been amazing. And before going into treatment, as I was waiting, I had a little buzzard that I was holding on to. It's almost like waiting at a restaurant, like a like a Red Lobster or something. They kind of hand you this like buzzer beeper to let you know where to go once your chemo reservation is ready. So as I was doing that, I was texting my dear friend Wendy, who was telling me about the blue moon, and I was just like, oh, that's really cool. And I was thinking of, just in the moment was like, wow, that's something I would love to experience, and etc. Thinking about that, but I think that with that day being what it was, the chemo and how overwhelming that is, I have a bottle connected to me, and you'll see that in a future video, and just how and it was also a matter of it being a different day than I had originally expected. So there was a number of things, and again, like it'll all unfold, you'll see. But it just kind of slipped my mind, this idea of the blue moon on October 31st. But then, as I, and because all of that was happening and somewhat unexpectedly for me, like I said, it was an earlier date of a start date for the chemotherapy than I had originally thought. I hadn't checked my YouTube channel in a few days. I had meant to post a couple of videos earlier this week, but because this whole kind of curveball was thrown, it didn't happen. So it was, I hadn't checked my YouTube account for a couple of days. Lo and behold, I check in and there's just this abundance of new folks who have found my channel. I think many of them through Matt Bridger, bless you, and just some lovely, lovely messages. Catherine, who happens to be a fellow warrior here in Ontario, and she reminded me about the blue moon, and how she is going to be supporting herself and a friend, going up to a friend's farm and viewing the blue moon, and how there was something, needed about that. And it reminded me that it's like, oh yeah, right, it's the blue moon. And I reached out to my husband. I also reached out to my friend Akiko, who I think I probably will be speaking a lot more about, and hopefully you'll get to be able to meet her soon. And said, let's figure this out. Like, let's figure out a place that maybe we can go and view this historic blue moon. And I wanted to get out of the city a little bit, or a lot. And as soon as I mentioned it to Akiko, like, she went to work. Like, she is such an incredibly resourceful person, and she found a bunch of areas where we could go to potentially view the moon, even though there was maybe some question as to whether it may be cloudy or not. But long story short, you will be seeing some short videos that I took as we had found a place to go view the moon outside of the city, in a different city, in fact. And and my amateur attempts with whatever technology that's available to me to try to capture it, and it's not anywhere. I don't have the photographic equipment to be able to capture the moon, but it was amazing. It was so beautiful, and it was what I needed too. But the thing that I couldn't stop thinking about was how yesterday evening only came together as a result of friends, guardian angel who made sure that this was something that I would be able to do without a second thought. You know, like, it was like, let's go see the blue moon outside of the city. We have a car. So in the next couple of days, you'll be seeing some videos where we do get the car. And so we've had this car. It's a cute little vehicle we've called Greenie. And we and Akiko, who has been self-isolating for the last little while so that we can spend some time together in the next week. We were all able to, the fact that this channel exists and that people are finding me and learning about me, my dearest friends that I've had in my life who are supporting me through what's going on, including my, guardian angel who has had like foresight thought about this kind of thing for me so that we could just hop in a car and go. And my friend Akiko, who has just been a rock through this for me. I've known her for over 20 years. And she's, like I mentioned, self-isolating, but she's not quite at that 2-week time. So we're in our 2 vehicles, finding these spots in Dundas and Hamilton that she had actually found for us and just guided the way for us to have like this experience together, even in this kind of like screwed up like social distance kind of a way. And because Wendy and Catherine, who had so eloquently shared this importance, like that it had for her and her friend, and I immediately was like, I need to do this too. So I'm just completely blown away by the fact that this has all happened because of, like, it really did all culminate because of care and people coming together and sharing, and me sharing, and as a result maybe also other people sharing with me too. And it wouldn't have happened last night in the way that it did if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much, because yesterday was very, very special. It meant a lot, especially coming out of my first round of treatment. Some serious fatigue hit me pretty hard yesterday, and just getting out and being able to see the moon and spending time with my loved ones was just, it was needed, it was necessary. So thank you so much. So after this, and now again I've like rambled on, I will be sharing a bit of clips of video, which don't see a whole lot of anything, just dark, and me just chatting about the experience a little bit, and my attempt, I guess, to get a shot of the blue moon itself. Again, not very great, but I just wanted to share it because it was a very, very special moment. For everybody who has been coming along and sharing with me what's been going on, or just coming along for the ride so far with me. Thank you so much. I woke up this morning and saw that Lisa had left a message about how I'm currently doing. So it turns out that it was like serendipitous that I've decided to record and to upload this video just kind of real time in the moment. I'm doing okay. You can see I'm a little red, and I think I'm quite dehydrated. Even though I've been drinking a ton of like whatever I can, whether it's like Gatorade or water, just drinking. But I think there's a lot to flush out. There's a lot that my body is trying to do. So I don't know if this redness is as a result of dehydration. Who knows? But this is something that I've been noticing the last couple of days. Apart from that, I'm feeling okay. There are some lows, like I mentioned. When I get tired, I go boom, hit the lows and hit the fatigue. But what I've learned from yesterday's experience is that just getting out, even getting some fresh air, and just having an experience can help with some of that. So again, thank you so much for all of you who've just reached out and who care, and who had a hand in making yesterday happen. So on that note, here is the rest of those clips that I mentioned.
Oh, here I am. So this camera is horrible on low light, and there is a raccoon. So it's Halloween night. It's the blue moon, and we are here in Hamilton at a lookout point. And part of what we were worried about was that it was going to be too cloudy to be able to see the moon, but in fact we are able to see the moon. I don't know if this camera is going to be able to pick it up, but we found a really great spot. Like Akiko actually was the one who suggested this. It's called the Sydenham, I think, lookout in Hamilton, and whoa.
There's a big raccoon.
There's a big giant raccoon. Again, I don't think we could see the guy, but he just jumped out of the garbage can. But now I'm just going to see whether or not it's possible for us to be able to see. Oh yeah, there it is. It's I know that it's just not very visible on camera, but that's where the moon is, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And here from the lookout, you just see lights, Hamilton, but it's gorgeous. I'm gonna try to take some shots of it. This is like totally like a Blair Witch Project or something right now. But I'm gonna try to also take a couple of shots with my phone and see if it might be a little bit better. This is a nice welcome thing. I feel like I had the bottle of the last chemo thing removed from me, and I had a really pretty big onset of fatigue, and just had some again, like some delivered home cooked delivered meals for us, and that was really nice. And I had a little bit of a rest, and I think just getting out here and getting some air and just seeing this beautiful moon is really doing me wonders right now. And if I can get some pictures using my phone, I'll definitely include them in the video. Thanks. Talk to you soon. So this is my phone camera, and you can see it a little bit better, but it's really difficult to get a picture of it. But It certainly is very pretty.
I continue to send you love and care, and hope that you have and show love and care for yourself, and the love and care to the people and the folks around you. And oh, the big one, if you can, more than anything right now, think shrink for me. This is what we're hoping for. Shrink, shrink, shrink. The mass, the pancreas, please shrink. Other places, there's things, masses, shrink, please shrink, shrink, shrink. So if that's something that you can send my way, I would appreciate it in the meantime. And for all of those of you who are watching who have your similar journeys or your own journeys that you're going through, I am sending so much love and care your way. So thanks again, and I will be talking to you real soon.